Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning training. Gregory here in Bozeman with Robin, and nice to see you all. And the Eagles are gathering here on a September 11th, a solemn day for America for many reasons. 24 years ago on this morning, um, right about this time, I think, is when the second tower fell. I was listening to some memorial newscasts and where they're speaking the names of all those that were lost. It was certainly a travesty. I also want to acknowledge that the gentleman that I didn't personally know but respected was taken from us yesterday in an assassination in Utah, Charlie Kirk. And my heart's love goes out to Charlie's family. It remains behind. Um, it was a painful day for many of us that followed his work in the world. But life goes on, and life, in my opinion, is eternal. So he's probably in a better place than we are. But our place is getting better and better as we keep using more and more patches, and drink more and more water. Shifting to the present time, our subject for this morning, for this morning's call, is the company's increased focus on Hispanic marketing. And we had a wonderful director's call yesterday, and I'm going to touch on some of the high points. And if any of these points interest you and you want to dive deeper, you'll have to get with your upline director, someone in your upline team. So this is just kind of a heads up of what's upcoming and with the intention of keeping you informed. And we're going to start out by talking the Hispanic session at the conference, excuse me, on Wednesday from 10 to 4. This is the first time at a LifeWave National Conference where they've had a Hispanic section. So, Wednesday is an active day. And if you, excuse me, I'm goofed up. Thursday, what they're suggesting is people arrive on Wednesday if possible, because Thursday from 10 to 4, there's going to be breakouts for the general attendance. But for our Hispanic partners, there's going to be a Hispanic session from 10 to 4. And it's going to be all in Mexican, all in Spanish, excuse me, all in Spanish. So if you go to that, you're going to need a translator. You're going to need to be bilingual. But so that's very exciting. And I think you're going to see Geraldo spearheading it, because he's our Eastern U.S. sales manager, and he's actually spearheading the Hispanic market expansion plans in the U.S., in Mexico, and elsewhere. And we're going to talk briefly about that. But I'm sure you'll also be hearing and seeing from our Western U.S. sales manager, Shirley Kims. I think that's how I pronounce her last name, Kimmis. Excuse me. But bilingual, Hispanic descent, and she's going to be a major support in LifeWave's opening up the Hispanic market in the U.S. primarily. And Geraldo was saying yesterday, there's 60 million Hispanic people in the U.S. That's almost 20% of our population. So it's a big portion of America is of Hispanic descent. And so working, the place to work is in your backyard. And I've always said it's a lot easier to work in an area where you can drive to as opposed to have to fly to. And so work smart, be smart. But if you have friends, family, contacts that are Spanish speaking, the company is now opening their focus. So what I think you're going to see at the conference is they're going to be releasing new Spanish marketing materials. They're going to be talking about the Spanish expansion plans. There's going to be a new updated InTouch app that I'm sure is going to be, with a healthy focus on supporting Hispanic market expansion. And also, they'll at the conference, they're going to be talking about the post-conference Hispanic market tour. And so the corporation, LifeWave, is doing a Hispanic market expansion tour after the conference. And I think they're going to be in 3 U.S. cities. Orange County, Houston, and Miami. Don't have dates yet, I'm sorry, but Orange County, Houston, and Miami.
Actually, honey, there are dates if you listen to Lifewave Business Builders, and the
Okay,
Geraldo gave the dates.
okay. Does anybody know those dates?
I have them written down. I'll have to check. Yep.
Okay. So those dates, and we'll publish them probably in Monday's newsletter. Um, and then outside of the U.S., San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. And I'm not sure which city in Mexico is going to be Guadalajara. Sunshower, do you have some insight on the dates there?
The dates are November 5th. And then, wait, Orange County, California, November 1st. Then the 5th, Houston, the 6th, Miami, the 8th, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and well, then we're going into other countries.
Well, in Mexico.
Yeah, Guadalajara on
Yeah,
the 11th.
on the 11th. Okay, so good. There you have it. So launching out of Orange County, they don't have the exact venue pinned down, but it's going to be in Orange County somewhere. Orange County, Houston, Miami. And again, we'll publish this in Monday's newsletter, so you'll have it clearly there. But also, I wanted to point out there is a September 24th event in Guadalajara, Mexico, and that's where our corporate headquarters in Mexico is. I don't have any details. Does anybody here have any details on that? Because I think there's pre-registration suggested or required for that.
All we know is Janine and Geraldo and Meredith will be there.
Yeah. So if you've got any folks within travel distance Guadalajara, any Hispanic teammates, Mexico is gonna start growing and going. They're gonna put a focus on Mexico. So I think that's exciting for everyone to know. What was interesting to find out is the company is actually structured a way that we can now begin to ship product and even sign people up in markets that we're not open in. And Geraldo went through and he outlined there's four different categories of market. There's supported markets or authorized, excuse me, like US, Canada, Mexico, many of the countries in Europe, Southeast Asia, Taiwan, Japan, et cetera. Those are authorized markets where we have shipping and full customer support. We're there. We have we're fully vetted and approved. And then we have supported markets. These are markets that, in the industry, it's called NFR, not for resale. The company will ship to, but we don't have customer service. We don't have a fulfillment center, but you can place an order through your back office and the company will directly ship there. Okay. The third category, so that's a supported market. The third category is an emerging market, and that's a market we're not open in, but there's enough people in that country that are buying and maybe enrolling and building a business there that it's got the corporate attention. Okay. They're thinking, well, and let's just say a country like Colombia, because there's a lot of people in Colombia that are interested in LifeWave, and now the company has just recently informed us of a way that if you know somebody in Colombia, they could actually sign up as a brand partner there and receive product there and even register with iPayout and get paid to be a brand partner there. But I'll explain how that works in a moment. So there's emerging markets and then there's unsupported markets. There's no direct shipping, no corporate support. You can send product there at your own risk, and you'll need a fulfillment or a freight forwarding company to get it there, which because LifeWave won't ship to emerging or unsupported markets. Okay. And Geraldo also did mention there's a few markets that are kind of like, no, we're not going there in the foreseeable future, and don't even try, like North Korea, Russia and Ukraine for obvious reasons, Cuba, China, don't even think about those markets. But, there may be some markets that you want to think about, just Central Latin American, because the company is going to begin putting a focus on Latin America expansion next year. Okay. And they'll probably they'll look for emerging markets to go to first. So let me explain. I'm not going to go into, complete detail with you. I just want to give everybody here a heads up. And if you're on this call or you're listening to the replay and you have an interest in maybe setting somebody up in one of these unsupported markets, you know, like uh, you know, like I had some examples somewhere, and I'm reading my notes. Like Panama, like Costa Rica, Ecuador, Chile, though, maybe India. I don't know. It's just places we are not. The company has now set up a way. I won't say it's a simple way, but there is a way that someone can actually be signed up in one of these unsupported or emerging markets and actually start building a business or just buying and using products. Okay. And so, so uh, and so you can so to ship product, let's just use Panama for an example. Supposing you know somebody in Panama that's just got a burning desire, and maybe you've been buying product and shipping it to them. And I won't say we all do that, but some people do that. They have friends in countries that aren't open, and they just buy the product here and reship it yourself to them. It may get through customs, it may not. But there is a more structured way that you can do that now, which again requires having a freight forwarding company. And it does mean there's going to be double shipping. So supposing I have somebody in Panama that just wants to buy the products. Maybe it's a doctor who wants to buy it and use it with their patients. Maybe it's your cousin. Maybe it's a friend. Uh, what you would do is find a freight forwarding company, typically in Florida for some reason. I think maybe low taxes, and there's a lot of freight forwarding from Florida to Central and South America. And now, if you do this, you're going to be sending product there at your own risk, because no product guarantees are extended beyond our authorized supported countries. Okay. So if somebody buys some product from you in Panama and says, I don't like it, well, that's too bad. No one's getting any money back. No, and the product's not going to be unchanged. And there may be additional custom charges. So, and here's how it would work. If you have somebody in Panama that wanted to sign up, there is a new process that the company has recently set up where they could go ahead and enroll in LifeWave uh, uh, as a brand partner and put their billing address is their country of origin. Their shipping address would be the fulfillment company. And in order for the company to fulfill any orders, they also need to provide LifeWave with a government ID from the resident country, proof of residence in that country. And there's an IRS form similar to a 1099 that we all fill out when you sign up. It's called a W-8BEN that takes LifeWave off the hook, so that person can be earning money in their country. And our iPayout program provides payment processing to more countries than we're in. So they could be earning money. I was really hesitant from telling you all about this because I don't want you distracted. It's complicated. It'll take you a lot more effort to sign someone up in Panama than someone will down the street. There's going to be double shipping. There's potentially going to be charges going into that country. We don't know. And customs may impound the product and they never get it. And so it's ship and play at your own risk. But some people do have contacts in countries that you would like to work with, and maybe those contacts could, over the next several months, over the next year, turn into a nice little business for you. And you have to do a tax deductible trip to Panama to go meet with them. So I'll just take a breath. That was a lot, but I just didn't want you not knowing about it. So, and again, my suggestion is if you have a interest in doing this, please don't let it be a distraction. I don't want all of you to go looking for people in these countries we're not open in when there's 350 million people in the US you could talk to. Okay. And if you go to all the other countries, there's probably close to 1 billion people you could talk to in the countries we are open in. Don't focus on the countries we're not. But some people do have. I was on the phone with one of our leaders that has, some leaders that have a relationship in a Central American country. And when we got on with Geraldo to discuss that, he explained this new process that they're just incubating. So this is brand new. But there is a process, and the company will, if someone does go through the process to register in their country with a U.S. shipping address, which is going to be a fulfillment company, their account will be appropriately marked, and the compliance department will allow the orders to go through. So I don't know if there's anybody else that was on the call, any of the leaders who were on the call yesterday wanted to clarify, or if anyone has any question. I'll take a couple of questions about this, but I hope I didn't confuse people more than I helped you.
Gregory,
Rob?
this is Liz, and what I would suggest is if you're interested in doing something like this, contact your upline director or above, and they can
100%.
help you.
100%. Don't call me unless you are, a director or above. And we talked yesterday, and so go ahead. Anybody have any question? Just raise your hand. I see
I'd love
Robin.
to share.
Yeah.
What's really important for everyone to know is the company has made a massive commitment to the Hispanic market, and they're investing hugely. It's a huge part of our market in the US and Mexico, especially. They're
Primarily.
there's tremendous potential in markets that we're already in, and they'll be providing a lot more supplemental materials. There will be, a Facebook group for Hispanic Facebook group. There will be lots of other resources in Spanish and calls and Zooms and all kinds of things. So this is really where I recommend people focus, is in the Spanish speaking areas of the US and into Mexico, because there's humongous potential without all of those other things that you'd have to deal with to open up their markets. There's a few situations where it makes sense to go into another market, but for the most part, the company is making a huge commitment for all of us to really build our business in the Spanish speaking market. So it's very exciting, and we'll hear a lot more when we're at conference.
Great. I don't see any hands up. If you have any questions, comments, you could raise your hand. Otherwise, we'll shift gears. We want to talk about the conference and some things conference related. Danielle, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I just have a question. You said November 5th, is that the date for Mexico and in Guadalajara?
No, I
And
said for Guadalajara, September 24th,
September
one
24th.
this month, and then post-conference in November, I think it's going to be the 11th,
Correct.
Okay.
November 11th.
Okay. And also, I might have been off, but did Geraldo say that if someone in a country has 50 people that they can put in a room, that someone from the company would go? Or how? I want to be clear on that. Maybe I misheard it.
In Mexico or the US, in one of our supported countries, yes. He said if you could get together a group of Hispanic, brand partners and prospects with 50 or more people, they'd be open to having a corporate representative. Probably be Shirley or Geraldo would come
Okay, great.
for US and Mexico.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Not for Panama. And
No.
one of the things I want to say, these emerging or unsupported countries, you're not allowed to do any advertising. Please, if you did go there, because that could interfere with the company's available potential of opening the markets. Sometimes some countries are very restrictive, and you do pre-marketing in that country before you're formally
Mhm.
open. And a perfect example is South Korea. the company told people if you pre-market in South Korea, you could get terminated because South Korea is so strict about that. And industry-wide recognize you don't pre-market in South Korea till you're fully approved, or they will never pre-approve you. They'll never approve you. So, Nellie, you had a question. Go ahead, please.
What I was going to say is this is the second wellness product that I've been selling for the last 10 years plus. And I'm fully bilingual, Spanish, English. I was born in Northern Peru. And what I noticed is that with my friends, my family members are a little bit more open-minded, but with non-family members, you have to educate quite a bit. You have to, I mean, it's just a human nature, but it's more, it involves more time, more love. I sometimes don't have the patience. So, and Geraldo, he did say that if they see an increase, like you were saying earlier, of people who are interested, let's say in Peru, which I would love for us to be there, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time there because I have, I'm going to spend more time building here. And if I can, I'm going to connect more with the Hispanic market, and then they can go and sell it in their country, or, because I could travel there, but I just can't right now. So anyway, that's what I was going to say. It takes more time, more dedication, and educating and proving that it's valuable and they can do it. But it's everybody, I guess, everybody wants that, to make sure that we tell them what the value is so you can invest the money on yourself, on your health.
I think that's wise counsel, Nellie. Thank you. Because if you don't have a pre-establishing relationship with somebody, you got to establish a relationship with yourself before you can really establish a relationship with LifeWave. It's twice as hard. But if you've got a friend, family member, someone you're in a relationship, and you're having amazing results with LifeWave, and they need our product, we now have a way that you could sign them up. They can buy direct. You don't have to double ship it yourself. And they can get a fulfillment company, or freight forwarding is more technically accurate, company to handle the product. So thanks, Nellie.
Yeah, and what Nellie said
Anytime.
is the company will be monitoring the billing addresses. And if there are certain countries that have a lot more volume than others, they'll pay more attention to have that be one of the supported new countries.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
LaBelle,
Nellie.
good morning.
Hey, Gregory. Yeah, I said this yesterday, and we'll say it to the group today. Think
Thank you.
globally, but build locally, guys.
Amen.
Please.
Amen.
I just spend a lot of time trying to build globally, and sometimes it doesn't work. But if you do know someone here that is of the Spanish community, they may know someone in Mexico.
And
So,
that's
guys,
the way it works.
that's
Mhm.
the way it typically works. And then the other thing about the 50 people to have corporate come out, guys, you want to think, don't make your minimums your maximum. 50 is the minimum. No, you want to have everybody in your group. Hey, bring 2, 3 people, and even run some incentives. Like whoever the top 3 or 5 people that brings the most people, 5 or more, guess what? We'll give you a sleeve. Throw incentives, guys. We've done it before. It absolutely works.
That's great. Great advice. Thanks, LaBelle. Josefina.
We're following Lavelle's suggestion, and we are excited. We can't wait to have our first meeting. Hopefully have Shirley join us. But I have a question. So who do I reach out to find out 2 things? One, the event that they're having in Guadalajara. Geraldo said it was September 20. That's coming up. I have
Is it
people
September
in,
20th or 24th? I thought he
I
said
mean,
September 24th. I might be wrong.
we need to check because I wrote down September 20. So we need to confirm that. And we also need to find out how can they register, because I do have people in Guadalajara that potentially would be interested in going and checking it out. People were trying to, family, friends that live there that have shown interest in the product. And some people want to touch, they want to see, they want to the persons themselves, you know, see
Yeah,
what it's all
Josephina,
about. So, mhm.
Josephina, we could probably contact Shirley because we have her. You could probably find that out pretty
That'd
quickly.
be awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
And if you
Okay,
find that
okay.
out, let me know and I'll put it in the Monday newsletter. But I think it is the 20th looking because that's a Saturday. So I think I was wrong when I said the 24th.
Okay.
I think you're right, the 20th on a Saturday.
Alrighty, and we can reach out to her to find out because the meeting they had yesterday, we we got the invitation in Spanish, so we were expecting it to be in Spanish, and it was in English, and
Oh my gosh.
everybody's calling me and saying we don't understand what's going on.
Oh, darn.
And I thought, well, perhaps there was a thing that we missed because we're learning and we need your help.
Yeah.
Maybe there was something we needed to poke to have it translate for us, but no, we couldn't
Okay.
do that either.
Darn.
So,
Well,
so
room for improvement.
yes, yes, yes. But anyway, any help is welcomed.
Okay.
Any advice?
We'll be working together on this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, good morning, Sunshar.
Good morning. Gregory, just a side note on what you said about pre-marketing in unsupported countries. Another
Uh-huh.
thing that Geraldo mentioned is even gatherings, like large gatherings at
Yes.
hotels,
Mhm.
that's a no-no too. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, you could do some house parties, but you don't want, this is in the unsupported markets, they don't want marketing and public events going on. Yeah. Okay. Angelica.
Hi, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead. Oh, now we can't. You got muted again. Unmute yourself.
My apologies. Can you hear me
There we
now?
go. Very good.
Okay, I'm gonna lower my hand. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm also part of the Spanish community. I spoke with Josefina and I've been getting on her team and everything.
Uh-huh.
However, she's out in California and I'm on the East Coast. So that's why I did ask if I could have access to Geraldo because you said he was on the East Coast. So I'm just thinking that maybe if we can like build a bridge between the two so that we can all kind of like share information or cross information.
Mhm.
Is there any way that we can get a hold? Because
Yeah.
Josefina covers Mexico, but I'm Puerto Rican, so I can definitely reach out to some Puerto Rican family members, which are almost all
Nice.
of them, and could definitely benefit from this because I'm sending some products over there so they could try. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, I already took some when I went to Puerto Rico and my aunt put it on her knee. She said she loved it. So I'm sending more.
Angelica, whose team are you on? Who's your upline director or upline leader?
Dr. Tiana, I know that we're Team Starsky.
Okay.
That's what
Okay,
she calls it. So Dr.
Dr.
Tiana.
Tiana. So, okay, so Robin, do you have Angelica's contact information?
No, but
Angelica, why don't you send me or Robin a note and we'll get you Geraldo's contact information.
Perfect. I'll do that.
Okay, great.
I would like that as well.
Yeah,
This is Nell.
sure, Nelly. Mhm. Okay, so I don't see any more hands up. And I just wanted to give everybody a heads up on this. We went into a lot more detail on the director's call yesterday, and we look forward to many of you, all of you joining us on the director's call when you get to the director level. And Geraldo went into a lot of detail. I know they'll be covering it in more detail as we move forward. And at some point in Live Younger Success, we'll have a little, a place where we have information about Latin American market expansion. So with that being said, I want to shift gears and talk about conference updates because the conference is right around the corner and two dates that are really close. Here it is, it's 9/11. On September 14th is the final deadline. Correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, but I think that's the final deadline for transferring tickets to people who want to be recognized at the conference. If they're not concerned about being recognized because they haven't advanced in rank since last year, Maybe they're brand new, don't really have a rank yet. The deadline for other registration for transfer is the 24th. Did I get those dates right, Robin?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I do want to confirm September 24th, but this Sunday, if you bought bulk tickets, they need to have a name on them. Now, the name can be transferred up until at least the 24th. We'll get that exact date, but corporate really needs that done by this Sunday.
So Robin, I thought they needed the name on it if they're going to be recognized. I didn't think they needed to have a name on it if they're not being recognized.
It's both. Actually, if you have made a rank advancement, the deadline is the 14th to have your ticket.
Right.
If you have rank advanced. If you have bulk tickets, they want names on all those tickets by the 14th.
But I think they're going to give you till the 24th.
Well, there's a difference between putting a name on a ticket and transferring into the person who's going to be actually using it.
Oh, it's a two-step process. See how little I know?
It can be, doesn't need to be.
Okay. Okay.
And
But
in a reminder to everyone,
yeah,
in the Live Younger Facebook group, there is a Google sheet that Liz created up at the top. It's the second option for people that have tickets that are looking for homes. And, some people are getting, some people have special price, getting a ticket is the important part. Yeah.
so that's in Google, in Live Younger Facebook, and it's also, Liz, I think it's also in Live Younger Success in What's New.
Correct.
Yes.
So we have the ticket exchange. So if you have tickets or know somebody who wants tickets, that's where to get them. Maybe at a discount, because some people are selling the tickets, bought them earlier, and you can get a better price than buying from the company, because the company still has tickets left. But, why pay full price if you can get a discounted price? Okay, so there was one last thing that I wanted to bring up that Liz, that you talked about the impact of cookies when it comes to liveyounger.com/ your personalized website. If you have a personalized website and you go to someone else's website, and that's as far as I can explain it, there might be some confusion. Liz, help me out.
Okay, well, what we've been getting support tickets on is that I went to my brand partner's website and it went to somebody else totally different. There are cookies that get placed on your computer. Okay. There's even cookies that get placed on your phone. And so when you go to look at something, sometimes it gets confused and it just goes, what I say, willy-nilly. So if you're doing that, go to a browser that you have not used, or use on Google Chrome. You can use a incognito window, and I forget what it's called on Safari, private viewing or something like that. Use those, and or clear out the cache on your computer, and then it gets rid of those cookies, and then you can go look at whatever site you want. So,
And whenever we talk about cookies,
that's all I've got to say about that.
whenever we talk about cookies, I always get hungry. So that's how much I know about cookies. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the hour, and our Thursday calls are always, the second half is kind of open Q&A. And so at this point, if you have any questions regarding anything that we spoke about today or that we didn't, but you have a question in your mind, this is kind of like open interactive. So if you've got something you'd like to share or question, just raise your hand, please. And if not, we'll just call this a wrap. Oh, Beck, you made it just under the wire. Go ahead.
Okay, if this is inappropriate, no offense taken. I know we talked about this in the past about Amazon, Walmart. Is there a resource that you can point me to? That keeps coming up, and I listened when we were taught about it.
Yeah.
Can you just
the resource for that, because it's
Yep.
discussed with the SPDs, is your upline SPD.
Gregory,
Okay,
are
cool.
you showing your screen? Someone's showing
No,
their
I'm not.
screen. All right, I gotta find them.
Elizabeth
That's-
Lavelle.
Lavelle.
Okay.
What happened? I'm sorry.
You're showing your
showing your
screen, your
screen.
back office screen. Can you turn your share
There you
off?
go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would talk with your upline SPD about that.
Will
The
do.
company's working on it. Amazon is easier to nail down, and the problems with Amazon are going away. And so people know it's not Walmart selling it. It's people that have Walmart stores, independent individuals who have a Walmart store selling it via Walmart. And
Do we
Walmart,
allow that? Do we allow that with Walmart? People do that?
we can't stop it.
Can't stop it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's beyond our control. With
Cool.
Amazon, they created a way by us buying
Yep.
our way in, so they will only allow LifeWave, one LifeWave account, and the company marks it up and sells it above retail.
Yep. I own that. I got that.
Yeah, but Walmart doesn't give us that pathway. So it's a matter of the compliance department probably has a Walmart division at LifeWave just looking for these guys that are peddling it on Walmart, and sometimes they hide themselves really well.
Okay.
So
And important to know that the Walmart price is ridiculously low. And the company said most people that have purchased from a Walmart store are getting scammed.
Okay. That
it's
helps me.
counterfeit,
And it's coming from China.
counterfeit product from China.
It's
Cool.
not the same product, it's a copy, it doesn't work, and they're losing their money. So
Yeah.
just let people know if they see to, remind people if you're interested, it's really important to buy from a brand partner of LifeWave because
Yep.
this way they'll get support, they'll get a guarantee, they'll know it's a fresh product. And otherwise, it could be penny wise or pound foolish because we don't know where the product has been. We don't know what it's been exposed to. There is no support. There is no guarantee. And it's just not a good move.
Yep. Excellent. Thanks.
And just so you know, there is a wave of counterfeit wellness products coming out of China. And more, because we buy nutritional supplements from different companies. And some of them have warnings on their website, beware of counterfeit product. Some of them are sending out letters, beware of counterfeit product. Don't buy from Walmart, only buy from us. It's really, but just so you know, it's not just us that it's happening to.
Excellent. Basically knockoffs.
They're knockoffs, it's counterfeit, and no one can knock off LifeWave technology. They may try and copy a formula on a nutritional product, but who knows? They might be putting chalk in there instead of
Yeah.
calcium. Who knows?
Yep. Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Hey, Jen.
Hey, good to see all of your beautiful faces today.
It is. Thank you.
And I did my little time on Facebook this morning, and I wondered if any of you have watched this. I have not yet, but I'm always looking for things that are encouraging. It's in direct selling news. Coming soon, the Built to Last company spotlight on LifeWave.
Oh, really?
And yes, I'm really excited it has Meredith and David and maybe the host of this direct selling news. So I love the words built to last. Words are important, built to last. And if you've listened to this, I don't know if you want to comment on it, but I have been having just a lot of amazing experiences with people that it's their first exposure. And like you've been saying, you have so many people just surrounding you to get into the mindset that you have an assignment, and these people that are put in front of you don't assume that they may have heard about it. They may not have. And so
Probably not.
I have just been coming in contact with so many people that are looking for a little bit of a way to make money or looking for a better way to improve their health. And it has been first exposures, and that's just so encouraging to me. So I'm going to be listening to this Built to Last, because the more you tap in to and get your 10s. You're pegged out on direct selling and on the company and the product. It's a really good thing to know the integrity of the company and that they're here. They're for us. They're built to last. I love that word. I love those words.
Me too. I love that. Okay, thanks, Jen. Hi, Susan.
There's a great book
Oh,
called Built to Last.
yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Robin, you're muted.
Susan. And before Susan unmutes, I reached out to Geraldo to get a link for the Guadalajara event, and he said he was supposed to send this yesterday, so I got the link, and I'll put it in our Facebook group.
Post it in the chat right now for people that are on this call.
Let's see if I can figure that out. Okay. Let me see.
And Sunshower, thank you for posting the Built to Last podcast. That's awesome.
Yeah, Geraldo is very responsive.
Yeah. Okay, and Susan, you're unmuted. You can go ahead.
Yes, so I have a question about the Google Sheet that was set up for the roommates for convention.
Okay.
And I have my name on there, and there's a lot of names of people looking on there, but they didn't put their contact info in. Like there's no email or no phone number. They say they're looking for a roommate, but I can't contact them. So I'm not sure what to do about that.
What I would suggest doing is you put your contact information on there in the notes area and say that you're reaching out looking for someone, and hopefully the other people will pay attention and reach out to you.
Yes, I've done that, but thank you. Okay. Thanks very much.
Great. Okay. Okay. Well, we're 15 minutes at the top of the hour, and we can end early. Everybody has busy lives, and if there aren't any additional questions, and I see, Robin, you did put the in-event link. So if you're interested in the Guadalajara meeting coming up, grab that out of the chat, because when we close this meeting out, the chat will be gone. And Angelica, you had another question? Go ahead, please.
Yes, I actually sent you guys a private message, so I'm not sure if you received it. I sent my email, phone number, the Dr. Conti, that was her name, Tiana Conti. She's my upline.
Yeah, we know Tiana real well, so I'm looking. Thanks for pointing that out.
Oh, definitely. I didn't hear anything back, so that's why I was like, maybe they didn't know I sent them a private message.
Looking and I don't see it.
Gregory, it should pop up in the chat file when it
Yeah,
gets
I'm looking
out.
in the chat file, I'm screening through there. Angelica, my email, why don't you just send it to me? It's G and my last name, gmascari @me.com. gmascari @me.com.
One moment. I'm going to put it directly in my email.
Okay.
Okay. So G, is it dot?
Yeah, no, just GMASCARI @me.com.
me.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh, your picture popped up. Gratitude.
How about that? Amazing. I don't know how that happened. Hi, Lynn. Go ahead, please.
Hello. Just because there's nobody else there, Robin, you mentioned a while ago that you had a sort of bent top middle finger, which I've got, and I wondered if you did anything to straighten it. Because you said it straightened eventually, and I wondered. I've been meaning to ask you for ages, but it's always been too busy. So.
I think most of us who have been around a while have a crooked pinky finger. It just happened, and I was just using X39 over time, and just kind of went, oh my goodness, Yeah,
Yeah.
because it showed up on one of the calls. Someone said my crooked finger straightened out, and I looked at mine. And I went, "Oh my gosh!" I couldn't straighten it out for 20 years. It was amazing.
So did you put anything on it, or did you
No,
just use
no,
X39
I
like
just
you
used.
do, like we do every day, like I do
Yep,
every day?
yep. That's all I did. So who knows?
Okay,
We make no
thank you.
guarantees, but it's pretty fun to watch. I mean,
It's
those
only, it's only, I've only had it for this for 4 months, so I thought, well, I'll just see
oh,
if
well,
there's
give
any
it some
magic.
time. Give it some time. And,
Yes,
I
thank you.
think, Lynn, you brought up something really important. The effects are cumulative of these patches. So pay attention to the little things like a crooked finger straightening out and a scar getting lighter and, more mobility here or there. I mean, it's hair, skin, nails. It's amazing that it just gets better
Mm.
and better over time. Yeah.
Yes, I've had quite a difficult journey with the retracing, but very, very
Ah.
grateful for it because I know that it works, and then I have these moments where I feel amazing, and then the next bit starts. But that's because I've been through so much. So I'm just so eternally grateful that it came my way when it did. So thank you.
Oh, well, that's so
Beautiful.
wonderful, Lynn. Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Rose, hi.
Hi, good morning. Yesterday it was mentioned on the September 25th in El Paso, there is an event. Is there a flyer or
You know
working?
what? I found out it's a private meeting.
Oh,
It's no, so it's not a published meeting. It's just a small private meeting where one of Dr. Stacy's people is going in to help launch a person's business. So it's not a public meeting. So I apologize about that.
yeah, because we have a brand partner in El Paso.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
welcome.
So I would love to share from Geraldo about the
I'm on
event
a Zoom. I'll have to
in
call you.
Guadalajara on September 20th.
Okay.
The 20th. This is the
And
translated version. This September 20th, get ready to experience the most important event of the year for LifeWave Mexico, an event that will ignite your energy, expand your vision, and celebrate the achievements we've reached for. Location, Hyatt Regency Guadalajara, date September 20th. What's waiting for you? A grand celebration of all of our successes, inspiring stories that will motivate you, world-class presentations with our president, Meredith Burkage, regional VP president, North America, Janine Weber, exceptional leadership strategies and secrets to help you reach your goals. Recognition, applause, and big surprises that will leave a mark on your heart. Bring your team, your family, and your best attitude to enjoy an unforgettable day. Because at LifeWave, we shine brighter when we shine together. Register now and secure your spot. The magic begins with you.
wow.
And I'll post that in the Facebook group.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if you have anybody in Mexico, get them to Guadalajara. Great. Well, take a deep breath, call it a wrap.
Yep.
Love being here with you all. Thanks so much for being part of this great group. And we will see you on one of the next calls. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
And,
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
love you all. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you, Gregory. So much wonderful information. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank you.
much.
Be the light.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Great
call.
call.
We love
Thanks
you.
for
Thank
your
you,
time
guys.
and energy.
Thank you.
bye.
Such a great call.
Bye.
Much love.
Thank you. Synergy.
Mm-hmm.